Raise and rise are similar in that they both mean that something is increasing or going up. Something moves to a higher position. However, there is a difference. First, let's look at the verb raise. Raise is a regular verb, so the present tense is raise. The past tense is raised, and the past participle is raised. Raise is a transitive verb, which means it needs an object. Raise plus object. Someone or something raises something to a higher position. Look at this example sentence. Sarah raised her hand because she knew the answer. What did Sarah do? She moved her hand to a higher position. She raised something. She raised her hand. Let's look at some more example sentences. The guard raised the barrier for me. They raised a white flag to surrender. The banks have raised their interest rates. Rise is an irregular verb, so the present tense is rise. The past tense is rose, and the past participle is risen. Rise is an intransitive verb, which means it doesn't have an object after it. It refers to the action of going up or increasing by itself. Our example sentences. Inflation rose by 1% last month. The cost of living rose by 5% last year. Thick smoke was rising from the fire. I'm sure prices will rise over the next weeks. Now let's look at these two verbs together, to raise and to rise. Compare these two sentences. Our landlord raised our rent last month. Our rent has risen again. Can you see why we used raised in the first sentence and risen in the second sentence? Let's look at the first one. Our landlord raised our rent last month. A landlord is the person who owns the house that I rent. What did they do? The landlord raised something. They raised our rent. We have an object after raise. Raise plus object. Raise our rent. Let's look at the next sentence. Our rent has risen again. This sentence uses the past participle form of the verb to rise, which is risen. See how there is no object after the verb rise. Now, raise has more than one meaning. Let's look at some of the other meanings of raise. Raise means to increase the amount of something. The government has raised the income tax rate for everyone. The campaign hopes to raise awareness about mental health. Raise also means to collect money. They are raising money for charity. We raised $50,000 for the Children's Hospital. Raise means to improve. We need to raise our level if we want to win. They have raised their standards since the bad review. Raise means to mention something so people will discuss it. You have raised some interesting points. You should raise the issue with your manager. Raise also means to bring up a child. This means to take care of a child until they are old enough to take care of themselves. Every parent raises their children in their own way. Our parents raised us to always respect others. Raise means to breed and take care of animals. The farmer who lives there raises sheep. I raised an orphan lamb when I lived on a farm. I hope you found this lesson about the difference between raise and rise useful. If you did, click like and subscribe to our channel so you know when we create new lessons to help you improve your English. Have an awesome day.